Hi everyone, so in this video we're going to be looking at concentration, but specifically we're going to be looking at percent concentration. Now, recap, whenever you have a percentage, it means it's a fraction out of 100. So for instance, let's say we were talking about 2.5%, this would translate as a fraction of 2.5 over 100. Same thing if you were having, 23% would mean 23 over 100. Now, when we're talking about percent concentration, it's a really specialized version of concentration when we're looking at a percentage over 100 milliliters. Now, if we're looking at, for instance, a concentration of 2.5%, it would be, we would have 2.5 grams dissolved in 100 milliliters of solution. Same thing if we were looking at a concentration of 23%, it would be 23 grams of solute dissolved in 100 milliliters of solution. So concentration as percentage is used a lot when you're looking at liquids. So you would see this a lot when you have in juices. You would have this also, alcohol is usually, the alcohol content in alcoholic beverages is shown as percentage, but also in medications. So if we're looking at, for instance, hydrogen peroxide, or if we're looking at alcohol as a disinfectant, it would be written as a concentration as a percentage. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at some practice questions and how we would solve them. Okay, so in our first question we have, what is the concentration in percentage of 35 grams of solute dissolved in 400 milliliters of solution? So our key numbers that we have is 35 grams of solute and 400 milliliters of solution. Now, one thing that I really want to highlight is that in percent concentration, volume must be in milliliters. So in this question, it is. In the next one, it won't be. So just like last time, we write down our variables. So we have C, we have M, we have V. Our mass we have is 35 grams. Our volume we have is 400 milliliters, and we're looking for concentration, so it's our variable X. Now, with percent concentration, there's two ways you can really do it. You can, and they both give us the exact same answer. So we can either do C is equal to M divided by V, and realize that after we've done our mass divided by volume, we have to times by 100% to turn it into a percentage, or we can set up a cross multiplication. So knowing that our concentration, X, over 100 is going to equal our mass over our volume. Now, both ways is going to give you the exact same answer. It just depends if you're more comfortable with doing it as a cross multiplication or if you're just doing it as a division and then timesing by 100. Mathematically, it's identical. What we're going to be doing for this video is we're going to be doing this way simply because when we go into the next video talking about parts per million, I'm also going to be setting it up this way. So let's go ahead and solve our problem. So we have our proportion, C over 100 is equal to M times V. Now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute M and V and then solve. So now that we've substituted, we have C over 100 equals 35 grams over 400. And due to cross multiplication, we multiply the tops together. We'd multiply, so the top on one side, the bottom on the other. And then we'll multiply 135 grams. So we have C times 400 milliliters equals 3,500 grams, divide by 400 milliliters, divide by 400 milliliters, and we get our concentration equal to 8.75%, because at this moment our units will cancel out. So that's basically how to do it in percentage. Our next question, we're going to have our concentration and have to find one of our variables. Okay, so we have how much solute is present in 0.3 liters of a 2.4% concentration of salt water. So our key numbers that we have is 0.03 liters and 2.4%. So just like we normally do, let's write down our variables. So we have C is equal to 2.4%, which means 2.4 grams over 100 milliliters. We don't have M, so M is our variable X, and we have volume is 0.03 liters. Now, this is where we should have warning sign. When it's a percent concentration, volume is in milliliters. This is given to us in liters, so that means we need to convert. So to go from liters to milliliters, I'm timesing by 1,000. So that means I have 30 milliliters of volume. So now that I have all my variables, I'm just going to set up my cross multiplication. 2.4 grams over 100 milliliters equals, I don't know what my M is, so X over 30 milliliters. So now, just like before, I'm doing cross multiplication. 2.4 times 30 equals 100 times X. So that means I'm going to get 72 equals 100x, divide by 100 on both sides, and I'm left with 0.72 grams is equal to X. I hope this explains how to do percent concentration, and in our next video we're going to be looking at ppm. Thank you.